Hello everyone, welcome to this series on the history of English literature, and in this video we are going to discuss the development of literary forms in the Middle English period. Introduction. The Middle English Ages was a period of significant transformation in literary forms, particularly in poetry and prose. This video provides an overview of these developments, highlighting key features and examples from the period. The focus will be on the evolution of meter in poetry, the emergence of the lyric form, the characteristics of medieval romances, and the practical nature of prose. Poetry. Meter. One of the main features of Middle English poetry was the development of rhymed meters, which generally displaced the alliterative line of Old English poetry. However, the coexistence of these two forms suggests a complex evolution rather than a simple transition. An early example of this transition is the song attributed to King Canute, which combines rhymed couplets with assonance. The work of Godric, a hermit who died around 1170, showcases a significant advance in meter with the strict syllabic pattern and consistent end rhyme. His stanza in honor of Saint Nicholas is notable for its structured form. Similarly, poets like Lauzamon and Orme demonstrate the diverse approaches to meter during this period. Lauzamon's use of alliterative meter and Orme's regular syllabic meter without rhyme or alliteration highlight the experimentation with poetic forms. Early Middle English poetry. The 13th century saw further developments in poetic meter influenced by French forms. The earliest romances such as King Horn and Havelock the Dane often used couplet form, blending short French couplets with the long alliterative line. These works exemplify the melding of different poetic traditions, resulting in a rich variety of material forms. Experiments with meter. The 14th century was marked by extensive experimentation with meter, largely due to French influence. Romances like Amis and Amilon, The King of Tars, and Sir Tristram featured diverse stanza forms, including 12-line trail rhyme stanzas and intricate 11-line stanzas with a bob or short line. The 16-line trail rhyme stanza of Sir Percival of Gales and the complex structure of the Aventines of Arthur further illustrate this period's metrical diversity. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight stands out for its stanzas of varying lengths, concluding with a rhyming A-B-A-B-A pattern, showcasing the simultaneous use of alliterative and rhymed forms. The lyric. The lyric form gained significant popularity in the Middle Ages, appealing to modern readers for its emotive and expressive qualities. Unlike Old English poetry, which lacks true examples of the lyric, the Middle English period saw a proliferation of both religious and secular lyrics. Many early lyrics were devoutly religious, particularly those addressed to the Virgin Mary. However, secular themes were also prominent, with love lyrics and nature subjects. The Cuckoo Song, with its regular meter and vivid imagery, is a well-known example of the Middle English lyric. The romances. The term romance in the medieval context can be misleading, as contemporary audiences did not necessarily view these stories as romantic in the modern sense. Instead, medieval romances were valued for their modernity and idealized medieval settings. French influence was significant, but the genre became thoroughly acclimatized in England. Romances were characterized by long, intricate plots with an emphasis on incident and marital exploits. Supernatural elements and type characters were common, though the best examples featured excellent characterization and artistic style. Despite the exaggerations and extravagances of lesser works, the finest romances provided rich, adventurous tales. Prose development. Prose in the Middle Ages was predominantly practical. serving instructional or religious purposes. However, the continuity of English prose is evident in the significant works of the period, such as Anne Real and Catherine Group. These texts have been recognized for their literary value and contribution to the development of English prose. Conclusion: the development of literary forms in the Middle Ages was marked by significant experimentation and evolution, particularly in poetry and prose. The transition from Old English alliterative lines to Middle English rhymed meters, the emergence of the lyric form, the characteristics of medieval romances, and the practical nature of prose all reflect the rich and diverse literary landscape of the period. These developments laid the foundation for the enduring tradition of English literature. So this was the discussion on the development of literary forms in the Middle English period. We will meet in the next video and discuss some other topic. Until then, goodbye and thank you.